coming at you.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Infinite Weekend Podcast. Zach here, Josh over there.
What's up, guys?
Thanks for listening, everybody. Episode 56. Road to 100 is well underway.
Over halfway.
Yep. Sorry about last week. I got a case of the food poisoning, I think is probably
Another
what it
patty
was.
melt.
Yeah, another patty melt. It was very similar. I think it was a sandwich.
That's what I asked you. I was
Right.
like, we're having another situation.
Right. It was a burger. Was not that appetizing as I was eating it, but
Where'd you get it from?
Fat Shack.
It's not good. I had that place one time and it was not good.
Yeah. So I see.
Sketchy.
I've always been
hype.
curious about
Don't
it.
believe the hype.
Right. So I was on DoorDash and I was like, came across it and it was like, it was like a spend 20 get 5 off or whatever fucking deal. I was like, you know what? Today is the day for me to shit my brains out. Apparently, so
At least you got to use your bidet on overdrive.
yeah, that's true. That's true. So I'm interested that you mentioned that. So here's another benefit of the bidet: if you happen to be shitting a lot because of illness, a bidet keeps the chafe away.
Really?
Just saying, right?
Less
wiping.
That's true.
Makes sense.
Sometimes you have to. That chafe can be a real problem,
Right. So
especially when you got to clean up a lot.
exactly. So
Now, do you have you strictly gone full H2O? You don't paper it up anymore that much?
Well, no. I mean, I got to dry off.
Well, of course. I mean, you're walking around with wet ass.
And sometimes if it's
Right.
there's a situation
If it's busy.
that it's not a perfect system,
Okay. Got it.
right?
It is
I didn't get the fucking Ass Blaster 3000 where it's like perfectly like uses AI or whatever. None of that. I didn't get that. I got the base.
You know, it'd be
model.
hilarious if it came with a camera,
Right?
so you could see as you sat down, like almost a joystick. You'd be like, okay, there's
Right.
a bad spot right here, and you could.
Or
shoot
it was like, but it was like it didn't. It was a camera, but it was also like one of those like black and white. It had like a grid or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And then it was like 3D like rendering
Yeah.
of your ass.
You could be
and
like-
then you had to like
Destroyer to E6.
right. You did have the joystick, and you could like get it all right.
Oh, could you imagine seeing that picture?
That's what I'm saying. You have to like. It has to like.
Have to be
Has
black
to
and
do
white.
that. It has to do like a rendering of your
Yes.
ass, not an actual
Like,
picture.
No, the actual like full HD. No, thank you.
Right. And you
that
can
would
like.
be scary.
Now my brain's just going crazy. Now you can make it like a game out of it,
Yeah.
where you score points and everything.
You and other bidets could log in together.
Right. Who has the best score? Right.
Search out within like a 50-mile radius.
Yeah. Exactly.
You can have usernames.
Right.
It'd be kind of cool.
Right. Have a
People
score-
would get into that.
Have a scoreboard.
People would get into that. You
Oh,
have
yeah.
chats and channels,
Oh yeah, dude.
different things.
People. I'm kind of one of them.
Buttholes
I'm not
coming together.
I'm not as big on competition. I'm not a highly competitive person. I mean,
Right.
I kind of am, but not like crazy to the max or. But I am a. I am kind of like a. I don't know how would you call it. I know I'm a completionist, but I like achievements.
Correct.
Little
trophies
achievements,
and
little
badges.
trophies and badges and all that kind of stuff. Right. So if like someone added that into whatever app or whatever, I'm all about it. Like I'm doing the fasting thing right now, right? Intermittent fasting and whatever.
Are you doing the 8, 12 hour, 14? What are you doing?
Right now I'm doing a 16-8.
16, 8. Yeah.
I eventually would like to get to an 18-6.
It does work.
Right. I dig it. So right now I'm at a 16-8. Most of the time, actually today I ended up doing like 20 hours. So I don't always like hit right at 16 and then go. It's just that window. So I'm actually half the time I'm at a 18-6.
When did you start that? Don't say today.
No.
It'd be funny if you did.
I should tell you because I've got an app. That's what I'm saying.
So you're tracking it. Okay, great.
When did I start? 25 days. I have 25 days of fasting in a row.
Any results yet? You dropped any weight?
No, not really, because
You gotta adapt too. There's gonna be a period.
There's an adaptation period.
There. Yeah.
I mean, maybe a little bit, but
I imagine you probably feel less bloated. I would think
feel less bloated,
full. Yeah.
less full all day. So that I do like that aspect of it. But I think the other thing is I still need to actually still eat better. Like
Well, of course, you can't just
crap.
like eat shit and then I'm fasting. Yeah, I get
so
it.
I do eat better, but sometimes I cheat.
I try to do mine 80-20. 80% good all the time, and then 20% I'll throw something in. But the problem I run into now is like, and I've said it before on the show, like I try to, like, there's certain things I just can't eat because I feel like shit, so I just don't. But like I'll have Ben and Jerry's every now and then. I'll have some ice cream. Potato chips are my biggest weakness. I have to put those away forever.
Right.
Because if not, I will. Like I don't get a sweet craving. I get a chip craving.
Yeah.
Like I don't crave sweets. I don't have a sweet tooth. But
I don't normally either.
don't.
But for some reason, for the past few months, I've got this job and I have to commute an hour a day.
Yeah.
Both ways. Whenever something, some days, and it seems to be more often than not, just because it's been getting busier. But I'm traveling north to go back home, and about 15 minutes into my drive, there's a Dairy Queen.
Oh, DQ. Yeah.
And it's like, 4:30, 5 o'clock or whatever at that point, 5:15. And I'm like, today sucked. I could use a treat. You know what I'm saying? And it's right there.
Have you had one of their mocha moo lattes?
Oh yeah,
Mother of God,
Dude,
it's good.
I have been going
shit.
So I don't get anything food wise. It's just all treats.
Yeah, you don't go there and get
food's
chicken
not
fingers.
great.
That weirds me
It's
out.
terrible. And it's fine. It's it'll work in a pinch. But I've been going through the whole menu. Like I've tried all the signature blizzards. You know what I mean? I've gone through the whole thing, and so I've been doing a little bit of that. So that's not been great. So that's probably the reason why I haven't dropped the LBs as fast.
Yeah, stop doing that.
I need to stop doing that.
Okay. I'm going to stay on you, I guess. Fuck.
Yeah, I know. So, but this is good. So I'm in like almost a month now of doing that, and I really am.
You're in the mindset.
I'm in that. I'm digging it.
Yeah.
I'm working my way to, and I actually did this like 2 days this week, where I'm just going to go down to one meal.
Yeah,
I'm going down.
Where works for you.
I heard someone say they called it the dog diet.
Or it'd be twice a day. Like Reese eats twice a day.
Well, I guess
morning.
I think
and
it's a lot of dogs
that's it.
just eat once a day. But
yeah, I mean, you got to figure out what works for you. Like, I just try to base mine off whatever my caloric intake is. I try to make sure that I'm in like a little bit of a surplus of several days a week. So it's extra couple hundred calories or whatever. But if I want to maintain, I know how much I burn a day versus like my lifting days, whatever. So like I try to just maintain. So
yeah, I mean you're following a little bit more closely just because you are in a more you're more active than I am. Does that make sense? But
yeah, it's all about what you're wanting.
Yeah. What I like about this fasting thing, and I would like to get down to just one meal a day, is I do feel lighter most of the time. Like just not as bloated. Definitely shit less because it takes 16. I think it takes 15 to 18 hours or whatever. I think on average 16 hours for your food to whatever you ate to digest, go through your system.
Correct.
Right? So
I think that's right. I'm not a doctor.
So I like that. So that's the reason why your body is burnt. I want to say it's at the 16th hour. At the 16th hour, everything that you have consumed in that 16 hour or from the 16 hours ago should have passed through your system, and so now your body is burning excess fat for fuel.
There you go.
So that's the whole point of going into a fast, is that your body is now using reserve fuel, i.e. fat, and glycogen in your fucking blood and all this other kind of whatever, fucking sciencey bullshit.
Yeah.
But basically, it starts eating it what's reserved.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. My dad does it a lot.
Yeah, so I like that.
My mom does too. They both fast quite often.
Right. So I like the consistency of that. I like that. Here's another benefit is I notice if I go to lunch at work and I go eat, I'm fucking ready to take a nap afterwards. You know what I mean? Like
that's not just you. That's a lot of people
everybody.
I work with are like that. I have not.
Yeah, but you
got bit by that yet.
You go to the gym for lunch. It's different.
Yeah, I do.
That gives you energy.
It does, but I'm talking about even when I get back, I still have to eat a meal when I get back.
Yeah, but you're like in an active state, so when you eat that meal, like it's like fuel at that point.
Yeah.
But people that are not active and you go to lunch, it's just
the only time
you go into a food coma.
The only time once I get like that is once a year. It's Thanksgiving.
Right.
That's it. But only because Thanksgiving is, after all the festivities, it's generally a boring day. It's like a lazy Sunday. So you end up consuming so much, and then it's just like, you just like melt. So
right.
About one time a year, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so you're just naturally hyperactive.
Yeah, the whole
hyperactive,
napping after a meal and then napping to nap. Those two things still have not hit me yet. Crunk thinks that any day now that my body will shut down.
Yeah.
And I'll end up like him. That's what he tells me all the time. Like he squats in the hallway and it sounds like everything is breaking.
Right.
And he was like, this is what you got to look forward to. And I'm like,
sounds like one of those Halloween skeletons fell over.
I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know if you know it or not, but you're only 7 months older than me. So I'm not real sure why you think you're 70.
Right.
So
it's all about a mindset, I guess.
Yeah. That's why I love him. And I hate him.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I honestly, I don't feel, I mean, sometimes sometimes I feel mentally 30, almost 37, but physically,
I don't ever
not really.
I don't ever want to be 30 again.
30?
Yeah. I hated 30. I don't ever want to be 30.
Well, it's because you had like a fucking full on crisis, but
and I think I'll have another one.
yeah, probably. You're going to have one at 40.
35.
You think 35?
I think 35.
Think halfway to 40?
Yeah, I think 35. Maybe not though, like because I've not had any of those feelings since that year. But I'd say probably 35, 36, it'll probably hit me again. Yeah,
you think so?
Probably 40 for sure. 40 will be.
Well, I think I'm kind of getting it some because I'm on the other side of 35. I'm closer to 40 than I am. Well, no, right now I'm closer to 35. But
what do you know? 36?
I'll be 37 in January.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So like, but
I'm on the back side of 30. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I haven't got there yet. I'm not super far behind you, but like I turned 34 in May of next year. So like, yeah, it's something. It's something I don't think about as much anymore. But it'll that 35 mark I think will hit me.
Yeah, at 35 I think it kind of.
But I already know what I'm going to do to fix it.
I think 35.
I'm going to buy a Harley.
Well, of course, right.
That will solve my problem.
Me too. It's going to solve my approaching 40.
Solve my problem.
Right.
Problem solved.
But I don't remember like when I turned 30 and my 20s are now gone. To me, at that time, I remember. Nothing really changed. I was kind of mentally, physically, I just did not care. It was just like, whatever, it's another day, 30, yay, fine. But this time, it's a little like, as I'm leaving my 30s, this one stings a little bit. This one I feel a little bit more.
Well, I think what makes it worse for me is like, of course, you're on Instagram too, but like, you'll see these influencers and men talking about like, do these, you got to have these things done by this age or try these 10 things that change your life. So like the last week or two, I've just been like, I'm not listening to anyone anymore but me as far as like people like, because everyone is an expert.
Yeah.
And they're telling you like, do this. I'm just like, I don't want to hear it anymore. I just don't. Like, I'll just skip. I don't want to hear you. I just don't care.
Well, yeah. And that's kind of how I've operated. That's the reason why I don't stress about like where I am and what I should be doing.
And I've tried to get better about that.
Yes. I just don't care anymore.
I've tried to get better.
I never really have care. That's what I'm saying is like, whenever I hit 30, there was no like, what am I doing with my life? Right? I never had that. But I will say, approaching 40, I'm getting there. That one, I'm actually looking into the horizon and being like, fuck, I kind of don't want to hit 40. You know what I mean?
I get it. Yeah. Yeah, we're on both sides of the board.
Yeah.
Like we don't
yours is
share
just a little earlier.
We don't share a lot of playground in the middle. We're kind of that's true. Yeah.
You had the same you had the same feeling that I'm probably having now, or it's starting to build when you were like 28,
30,
or
strictly 30.
I'm saying leading up to 30.
Well, you say that, but like for me, I was excited about it because I was like, hey, I'm leaving this era behind, and 30 is cool because you can tell people you're 30. Like you're kind of in that cool, like 30 is the new cool. You know what I mean? Like people always talk about like 30s are way better than your 20s. Like I've heard it from other people. I was like, okay. So I went into it like day of good, and then like a week or two later, it just all collapsed.
See, I actually think it's, for me personally, just how everything's gone with me. I feel the opposite. My 20s were fun as shit.
Oh, that's why I was sad. I missed my 20s.
My 20s were fun as shit,
awesome.
And everybody was saying, "Oh, your 30s is so much better." But my 30s were just like kind of boring.
So far, mine are, I wouldn't say boring. We've done a lot of cool shit, like started this podcast again. Like I've seeing Harper do different stuff. There's some more. I finally feel.
Mine was just work. I just worked.
That's all we've ever. I feel like everybody works. I mean, it's not, but like, I think finally, I'm starting to get like in an adult stride. Like as Harper's getting older, we're in a busy schedule as far as family stuff goes. So like, I feel more adult than I ever have in the last year. But like I don't act any different. Obviously, like I'm still dressed like I'm 19 and
It's just funny you say that because I came across something that said that like this new study finds that people don't see themselves as actually adult until they're 30. Like a majority
I'd say
of
last
people.
year I felt more. There's still things like I have no idea how to do. Like I'm like what Adam Jones said. I'm kind of retarded. Like there's stuff that I still as an adult can't figure out. But like finally last year I feel like I guess dad like more adult things I'm doing. So yeah, but I probably as she gets older, obviously it'll hit worse.
Right.
And then, like you said, like you're a little farther in on the 30s. But yeah, I think that's normal. It'd probably be the same way. We'll have the same conversation.
Yeah.
Hopefully in a bigger studio where someone else is paying for
Correct.
it. And, we'll have the same conversation as rich people.
I think that's the thing that I don't like about getting 40 or going into the 40s is, if you say like, oh, he's in his 30s, well, that could be 31 or that could be 39, but it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Either one is kind of like you're in your 30s. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of Jacob, I just remembered that I texted him. I said, dude, you turned 30 in December.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I know. I said, we have to do something. This isn't 29. You're cracking a new era, bro. I said, we need to do something. That's a big deal. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, you have to.
So that's just you were bringing up 30. So like so
I don't think
I have a 30-year-old brother.
I don't think I did anything like big for my brother's 30th
for mine.
Yeah, see, I don't know what I would have done for my brother at 30.
I don't know.
He was was living a different life, than
I don't remember. You never
time.
mentioned. I don't know.
I never did anything. I know I didn't do anything. I'm just saying I don't know what I would have done.
Yeah,
we've
already started asking for Christmas lists.
I think he was living in Murfreesboro at the time, anyway. But yeah,
it's you're getting there.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I don't know. It's a weird
I just
kind
do
of
one
gray
day at a time,
area.
man. I've tried to just do one day at a time.
Yeah, I mean, that's how. Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like whenever you're like in your mode and you're doing your routine, you don't think about this kind of stuff.
Well, I try not to
think
think
about
about
my
it.
thing.
That's why I'm constantly around music, or I call people, or I have to be because I don't want to get between my eyes. Not that I'm like suicidal. I want to go ahead and say that people don't panic, but I don't like to be in my own headspace. Like I don't like to be there.
Right.
So for me, I have to avoid it because I'll get in my thoughts and stir and like I just
That's
not healthy. I know that sounds fucked up.
Any like therapist out there listening is like he needs to come see me now.
Come talk to me. I know. I'm like nah, I'm all right. I'm good. I'm like Jack from Virgin River, which by the way I started that show.
I don't know. Virgin River. Oh,
you ever watch that?
Is that good?
You're damn right. It's good.
Okay,
it's really good.
I keep seeing it. I keep passing.
Watch
it,
it, dude. It's good. It's
I think
it's based off a book series.
Well, I think I've talked about this before, but it's like I'll sometimes if I'm 50-50 on something, but the girl is hot, I'll watch it.
Then watch it because she is hot.
She is hot. Mm-hmm. Keep seeing her. I'm like,
my mom had watched it, and then she's like, you need to check it out. And I was like, you know how I am with dramas and love stories. I'm a sucker for it. Mm-hmm. So I started, and I was like,
what's one way to say it?
Yeah, it's gay.
You're gay for it.
So I was like, all right, I'll check this out. So sure enough, like we're already on the last season that's out right now. Like Kylie got on board, but she liked it. I burned through season 1 in like 2 days. It's not like Bridgerton good and stuff. It's based off a book. So there's some campy stuff here and there, and it's not like incredible acting, but there's some great casting. So there's a couple of actors, actresses, whatever that do really well on screen together. I like them on screen together, and some are stronger, some are weaker, but overall the show's good. It's it's predictable. There's some stuff, but it's the girl you really like. She's very cute. She acts really well. It's good. It's a good show to check out, and some you can put on, and if you'll find out within 2 or 3 episodes if you're gonna like it or not.
Yeah, you don't have to get like.
It's
super
not one
invested.
you have to be like season 2. Like, no, this is kind of stupid. Mm-hmm. It's like Love Is Blind just fired back up. Have you watched any of it?
No.
It's fucking awful this season. I don't like any of the cast.
I have not done a reality show.
Season 4 was way better than 5. Like, I wish they would recast the entire. This is Texas, so hopefully the people they casted in Nashville is better because this one sucks.
Well, it won't be me. I couldn't figure out how to upload a fucking photo.
It's just not good. It's apparently. So I went to the comments on Netflix or on Netflix's Instagram, and somebody was like, "All these fucking people need therapy." I'm like, "Well, yeah, it's an experiment."
Yeah.
It was super cringy so far. It's very cringy. Like,
yeah, I feel like
the couples to me are not. All of them are bad. Like season 4, like they were good couples. This ones are not good. I don't like the pairing. I just don't like any of it. I'm really.
There's got to be something.
And
you're not getting the cream of the crop of people that are going on a fucking reality show today.
Well, to be honest, too, like I know it now. First off, let me get this out of the way. I know it's for television. I know what it is. For
the producers picked those people because they're crazy.
What I can't get past is like, so they do if you've never seen it, they do like the pods, and then you propose without seeing them, and then you have your first time seeing each other. You propose again, obviously on a knee in front of them. So they'll do that awkward interaction where it's like, oh my God, like, they'll do the whole thing. Then they go to like a honeymoon, like a beautiful place in the world. Well, like, there's cameras. So, like, you'll see them being like intimate. Like, they don't show it, but like, they'll be in the shower, like, you know what's going on. I'm like, I was talking to Kyle, I was like, I couldn't do that. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I know I'm on a reality show, but I'd be like, I'm not doing that. Sorry. Like, the making out and stuff, some classic dry humping, whatever, like make out. But I'm not, you're not going to bathe me. And I've known you 3 days. Like, I'm not.
It's like,
it's not happening.
Have you ever end up watching a behind the scenes porno?
No.
Okay.
I've
so
never looked
you should watch one of those every once in a while. It's weird because
how did you even get down
well,
that?
sometimes, it's like recommended or you come
Behind
across
the scenes?
whatever. Yeah. So
did you enjoy this picture?
Well, no, it's a behind the scenes thing. So it's actually a camera behind the camera, right? It's basically what it is. And so they like show like the actors, doing air quotes.
The performers.
The actors.
Okay.
They're like, like at a job and they're like water cooler.
It's very
like
professional.
Shooting the breeze. It's very professional.
It's weird.
And then they're like, all right, quiet on set. All right, now put your cock in her mouth. And it's like, and she's like this. And they're like set it's like prepping a set.
This is the lighting on my shaft?
Right. They check, like, hold on a sec. Wait, the camera's not ready. And they're like, and she's just like holding his dick, like about to like suck it on.
I'm out of that.
It is the wildest thing. But the other funny thing about it too, which is, whenever you see watch a porno, it's highly produced, right, or whatever, and it's like scripted and everything like that. There's transitioning and everything. But then, you as the audience are the camera. But there's actually a dude that's holding that camera.
Yeah, that's correct.
So sometimes, like, if it's like a POV shot or whatever, like of a blowjob, he's like standing there. There's a guy on a stool behind the dude.
Yeah.
Sweating all over the naked dude.
Yeah.
Trying to get the shot, getting the right angle. And he's like fully clothed. But, he's like it's just like, and so those behind the scenes videos kind of like show that happening. I'm like, this is super awkward.
How could you imagine put that on your resume?
Right.
I'm a boom mic operator on a porno set.
Correct. Right, exactly. So you as your job, like just to picture yourself, that's what I did when I was watching these videos. I was putting myself in the shoes of everybody involved. I was like, can you imagine being a dude standing there fucking naked and the girl's trying to blow you and it's all like sterile and like awkward because it's professional.
White lights
and then
everywhere.
there's a dude with a beard like leering over your shoulder to get and there's a ginormous camera and he has to cock his head off to the side, right? So he can get the shot, and you just have to like stand there like Superman style and take it. Like that's super awkward. And then the same thing for the camera guy. Like you have to like
the smell.
Right. That's the other thing. The other thing about pornos is like you don't know what that room smells like.
I want some air conditioning ripping. I want the fans a blowing.
Right. Exactly,
dude. It's just like there's such.
I guarantee you, if there's a way to like to pump the sense of smell through the screen. like you would turn off 90% of those
like
pornos.
that 40 movie we saw where
exactly.
like mist in your face. You're like,
it was like a fog. Like whenever the sickly thing came out, it smelled like ass. Yeah.
Oh. Well, it's like there's such thing as an intimacy coach, like on movie sets. Mm-hmm. Like I was watching behind the scenes stuff where they were interviewing, like when Bridgerton season 1 came out, they were interviewing actors who did those scenes, and they're like, my intimacy coach was so proper, and I'm like, what the fuck? How do you fall into that job? Like, I show people how to fuck on camera, like, and make them comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
What? The whole thing is odd to me.
Speaking of fucking on film.
Yeah.
So, big fan of Sex Education, right?
Oh, yeah.
Love was
season 4, final season.
Season 1, 2, and 3 were fantastic. Season 3, I think, was not as strong as it was definitely...
Season 3 got better towards the end.
The end.
really strong ending, really strong.
Right.
Build up was great. Yes.
I will say, just right off the bat, season 4 was a fucking rainbow train wreck.
Season 4. So I was pumped. I finished it
too.
in a day. I watched the whole
It
thing.
has to be the final season, right?
It is. It's done.
Yeah, it's
the
done.
show is done.
And I get why, because
Series
now they're
finale.
out of high school. They're going to it's like their first year in college.
Well, your actors and
it's kinda
actresses are getting older as well.
Yeah,
So it's
true.
hard to look like a.
Well, I mean, the whole premise of the show was that there was like, it's high school kids are all fucking each other, and
They're in that age.
there's complications that come with that. That's a lot of emotions, and you're in this hormones flying around,
Yeah.
and so there's a lot you don't know, and like the whole awkwardness of coming of age.
Yeah.
Coming of age. Coming of age while you're coming is the whole point of it. And so you had this one character whose mom was a sex therapist. He could kind of coach his peers on sexual related issues, and so that was the basis of the show, is because they were high schoolers. But then you go to college, that's adult world essentially. It's the real world, to where the whole point of Otis got completely ruined when they went to college, because you're now an adult. You're 18 or 19. You can easily just go to a fucking therapist. And also, he was going to be a therapist, which is not a big deal, because like a high schooler being a sex therapist is strange. And I felt like they already addressed like that's probably illegal. But being a sex therapist in college is not. I don't. So it was. I just don't.
I didn't mind that. That was the least of my worries.
Right. Well, I didn't. That part didn't bother me. But I was like, obviously, this show is doomed from here on out. Like, there's no way that they could go any further.
They announced
so. This was it.
A series finale. So I was happy. I was fine with that. It's the way they did it. I was not impressed. I was very shocked by a lot of it. There was some things I did like that I pulled away from that I did like. There was some good humor there. Our original cast, I really like.
The original cast was fun. I hated every single
As soon as they walked into that college, I was like, this is not going to be good.
No.
Like, it was very saturated heavily in a particular community that I was just like, I don't know what this does for the story that we just built up for seasons 1, 2, and 3. I don't know how we got here.
Was that even a college? The only time we actually saw a classroom was when they were taking that test, and it looked like it was in a closet.
It was like a student run. It was like a joke. It was like a summer camp.
It was like a community center.
It was weird. And all the tranny stuff and all the top surgery. And I was just like, dude, who was this made for?
Yeah. Well,
I'm confused. We went from Otis, the awkward humor of him trying to get like coming of age in puberty, all of that made sense to me. And then you've got Maeve with her whole backstory. She's kind of slutty, bad family. His gay friend, which that actor, he's awesome. It cracks me up. Their whole dynamic is awesome. That whole thing with his parents, family, the other guy with his bisexuality, all that. I'm like, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with it for the story. Yeah. And then it just like fucking season 3, they introduced that girl that wanted to be a dude. That whatever. I know it's out there. And then
that was fine. But it was like season 4. They were like all new. They were like all new characters. Every single new character had to be something.
Oh, it couldn't be just any. It
couldn't just be another good character.
And that was all first time.
Right.
That was their first gig. Big. It's
like,
gigs.
now we must have a trans that is male to female, then a trans that's female to male. Let's have them date each other, which was weird. Let's also have someone who's non-binary but also deaf.
Yep. It was all the things.
You're like, I'm sorry, but this many people do not actually go to like of that diverse, types of people do not go to one school. That's insane. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they happen to just like it was all the new characters, and so that's the part that I didn't like about it. I think we're in perfect agreement. Is that all of the new characters they introduced this season were completely pointless, and I feel like they were there just to check a box. And that's what was kind of, and so the main characters ended up kind of taking a back seat, and their stories just didn't matter as much. You know what I mean? Like even the thing with even Otis, whenever he was having his battle with the Asian chick, you gotta go somewhere.
Yeah, I gotta do that. Okay, I'm ready.
Are you ready?
We're back on.
All right. Let's try not to get interrupted this time.
Ready?
So what the fuck was I talking about?
And we're back. Yeah, no, we were talking about sex education. How it was just like. Every new character had to be something.
Yeah,
they couldn't just be.
And that was my thought. My thought was like even Otis, the main character. like even his like rival in the that they created O or whatever, right?
That
she also had to be asexual. And you're like,
which
dude, like they kept going into the fucking trans bag and pulling out another fucking alphabet. Another fucking letter in the alphabet, and I was just like, and then like smacking it on a new character, like we gave a shit, and it's like, it just became so tiresome.
It was.
I was like, I'm so over this.
I almost quit halfway, and I love that show. Like, I'd get little shining lights of like Otis and Maeve, like the whole thing was okay, and then it would get back to that, and I'm like, I just don't care. Yeah. And then when she said I want to be a plant, like she said she was asexual, I was like, I don't even know what to say to you. Like, I have no idea what that even, like, good luck. Right. I got live long and I have no idea what to say. Right. I was so confused by the whole thing. So you're a bitch because you want to be a plant and you were piss stains at camp and then you treat the other girl bad. Like, it felt very, I didn't understand. Like, I didn't know what happened. I'm like, who wrote this?
It was terrible.
It was the worst out of all of them.
It was terrible. There was no need to have all those extra characters, those new characters. The funny thing about it is, like, since I had this thought. The last season, it was kind of like it was a big deal that they had a trans character on season 3, right? Cal or whatever.
Actually, they weren't. They were like, I don't know. They weren't full on like these ones we just saw this season, but they were on their way.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's like that was you had the gay character, you had the closeted bisexual, right, and then you had some of the I can't remember what his name was. So they had a variety of on the rainbow fucking spectrum, whatever characters. So they had this one trans character, and they like had a whole story arc with Cal and everything. And then you go to season 4, and like there were so many like other more special characters, right? We'll just put it that way.
The whole thing.
That whenever they had the whole little scene where Cal like ran off and they thought they were going to kill themselves or whatever. Like, I didn't care at that point because it was like, you know what I mean? They just completely shelved.
It takes away from
almost a character because they had to. I feel like the last season was like, okay, what identity have we not represented yet in the show? Well, let's get them all in there.
Last one we had the lesbian chicks that liked aliens,
right?
And then the school shut down, and then it was like we have to go to this play. I didn't like any of it. There was nothing besides like when he accidentally posted a picture of his dick. That was hilarious.
Right, but that was episode 1, and when that happened, when his dick was I was just like, "This is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be great," because that was super awkward.
The whole thing's great.
And the thing is, like, someone else said, "Why did you take pictures of it soft?"
That's what his friend told me.
Because it was, and he's like, he's uncut too, so it was like a little fucking caterpillar just in between his legs.
He's like, "Why would you take it soft?"
That was so funny. Right, I loved all of that.
That was great.
And I was like, oh, "What a great start! This is going to be amazing." And it was just a train wreck.
It didn't keep the momentum, man. It was great.
It was terrible. So R.I.P. Sex Education. You had your season 1. It's like a lot of things these days. Is just skip the last season.
If we're on the Netflix kick, you need to also watch, if you want something creepy and creature flicky, Midnight Mass. It's 1 season. It's really good.
Okay.
It's really creepy. Somebody told me, like, I saw a thing on Instagram, or not Instagram, Facebook, and it was like, best vampire movies last 15 years. That's why people were posting stuff like The Last Voyage of the Demeter and all that stuff. And someone said, show-wise, watch Midnight Mass. And everybody's like, oh, it's good. So I watched it. And it's 1 season. It's like 7 episodes. It's really dreary and kind of all, it's a small, just a quick little thing. It's a small little island of like 127 people, and they all live there in a small community, and they have one Catholic church they all go to, and it's very like run down fisherman's town, and they were all devastated by this big oil spill, and everybody took settlements, this whole thing. But like things start happening, you start hearing things and seeing shit, and it's just done. It's cool. Just watch it. It's worth it.
You ever think like when you're watching like a scary movie, like people don't act in, like, I would not act the way that most people do in these scary movies or slash shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
like legitimately, if you were like walking down a dark hallway and you saw like a little pair of glowing eyes, just as an example, and you were like not quite sure what you saw, but it was enough to where it stuck in your head, like it
would bother me forever.
Right.
unless I saw what it was.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
It would eat at me.
Right. But think of that same scene. There's always a character that they see that and and then they're like, oh, I must be seeing things.
They do it in
so
the show.
Tired or whatever.
They do it in the show.
Right.
Like there's a particular scene where he
no
sees
way.
glowing eye. They're like, it's like three teenagers at this bonfire. And he looks over and he's like, what the fuck? And he looks over and it's like a being with glowing eyes. And he's like, it was really a raccoon. I'm like, I'm sorry, a raccoon is not 7'2".
Right.
I don't. And then like
they always make
something
the dumbest excuses.
Yeah. And then something flies over his head and he's like, oh shit. It's like the biggest albatross I've ever seen in my life. I was like, we didn't hear the same thing. Because that was a dinosaur. That the whole you need to there's some scenes like that where you're kinda like, why are you not reacting the way I want you to?
I know. So I've never really seen like there's only been a few that I've seen that are like realistic in the responses that the characters have to things that don't make any sense. And usually they're ones that don't have a lot of jump scares. They're more kind of like psychologically like fucked up, like The Witch.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Also Hereditary and Midsommar was like kind of fucked up. Like,
Hereditary makes me uncomfortable.
Hereditary was just like awful. Brutal. But none of the characters, as soon as they saw something that was fucking fucked up, they reacted appropriately.
Scary Movie 2 for me. When the priest walks in and she spins her hair around, he was like, fuck this.
Fuck this. Right. That scene right there.
Father, think of the child.
Getting out of here. Right.
I miss those movies.
She won't listen. Sometimes you have to give them candy.
I miss those movies so much.
I know. They should. That's what they should come back with.
Speaking of comedies, I bought No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence. I bought it.
I watched it. I rented it and watched it.
I bought it because it was $6 to rent, $10 to buy, so I just bought it.
Yeah. It was okay.
It was okay. It wasn't
as funny as I thought.
It wasn't. There was some parts.
Yeah, there was a few parts
I really liked. Like, spoiler if you haven't seen it, I don't care. Her bouncing him on her knee and the dance thing. Yeah. And then her being naked. Those
and doing the suplex on that girl was funny.
Naturally funny.
Yeah.
There was some
when
parts
she got punched in the throat, that was funny.
There was some things I really liked. Like his awkwardness is great. And he's actually a singer. Like was really him. But when she was like dancing, he was like, oh, you must be dancing your whole life. And she's like, looks awkward as shit. Right. He's like, you're kind of having my knees hurt. Yeah.
And she was like, you want to spank it? And he like kind of like tapped it. She's like, no, harder. And then he like kicked her. He pushed her over. That was fun.
There was some stuff. I gave it like a 6.5. There was some stuff.
I'd say it's 6. I think it's 6. Yeah.
And I love it whenever they were going to have sex and he was like the Jew and she's like, I didn't.
Right.
That was my thigh.
It's like, well, it still counts.
And I looked at Kylie and I was like, that's really relatable. She was like, I was like, that's about like my first time.
Yeah.
About that quick. Yeah. So she, it was good. We bought it. It wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't bad. It wasn't as good as I was expecting. I like
the puns on the kids when she was like, oh, because you have a phone out, and she was like flipping them the cameras off. It was like the 20-year-old group. Yeah. That whole everybody get your phone out and the whole influencer thing. Mm-hmm. That was really funny when she made fun of all of them.
Yeah, that was yeah. So it wasn't as funny as I was expecting it to be, but it was still good. Solid little comedy flick.
She was good. She's good in comedies.
Yeah, she should do some more of that.
I would like to see her in something a little more raunchy.
Well, like I said, it's we haven't really seen her in a lot. Like she of course did huge big budget stuff. Then she married a director that was fucking weird, and she was been in weird indie movies, which is actually kind of her roots because she got her start in indie movies, and then small little budget things. That's where she won her first Oscar was with a little indie flick, and then. Had those blockbuster moments, but I feel like she hadn't been in anything for a bit.
She shined in this one. So I think to me, she's naturally funny. Like she just has a smart ass kind of banter. Like she does really well. I liked her in it a lot.
I mean, in this one, she was a dude.
It's great,
essentially.
And also, her friend's husband shined. He was great.
Oh yeah,
those kids. He's like, "You seen those kids?" I'm surprised his parents haven't fucked him yet.
Right.
And I was like,
right.
I was like.
Yeah,
I would say that.
I always like a lot of times in those comedy movies, these little side characters are the best.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
My grandmother's turning 90. I'm not sure what I get her. She get her a coffin.
Right.
What? The dude from Talladega Nights.
Right. Like pretty much like She's Out of Your League. Pretty much all the side characters had little bits that were just fantastic.
The best.
You know what I mean?
There's a Good News Bear. Somebody should get her some fucking honey.
Right. Like Stainer. Like he was really funny. Yeah, exactly.
They don't make them. I hope that we eventually come out of this cloud of shitty comedies and really come out like they used to. They just don't make them like they used to.
The writer's strike is over, so those fucking lazy ass pieces of shit are getting back to ruining our franchises.
And I like how they came back and they're like, once this is over, we're going to really push to get right back on track for Stranger Things and Euphoria. I'm like, I give two shits about Euphoria. Get back on Stranger Things before the kids are 30.
Yeah. Euphoria is pretty good. So I tell you what.
I can't. I watched the first 2 seasons, but I can't.
Well, so Euphoria is sex education, but like hardcore.
Yeah, but like it doesn't make. It's just crazy, man. Because like that age, like where are they getting all these hard drugs and just crazy shit?
They live in Los Angeles. That's why.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, Sydney Sweeney is delightful. I'm not against seeing her. I got bored.
Yeah, I think it's going to have Euphoria is going to have the same exact problem that sex education had. Eventually, you can't keep droning on about the problems of these complicated teenagers. They're getting older. They're going to graduate, and then it's like once you become an adult,
nobody cares anymore.
No, stop fucking whining.
Choose your heart.
No one cares.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. When you're a kid, we try to help you out, because you're a kid, you're learning, you're figuring things out or whatever, and that's what we're supposed to do as adults, as parents, is to mold the next generation. But once you become an adult, go fuck yourself. Stop whining. No one cares. You got to go to work like everybody else. You got to pay taxes like everybody else.
Ugh.
Right? Exactly. We're all disgusted by it. You're not special.
Oh, speaking of, you said we're all 30s. Crunk agreed with you on helping someone move.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, yeah. Of all people, it would be, he would be 100%.
Said, no, I'm not doing. And then what's funny is Colt was like, now that's my only way of operating if it helps my move is beer and pizza, thanks to Zach. I said, well, you're welcome.
Right.
That was a big kick.
Yeah, dude. That's 100%, man. I'm not like, no.
I'm not pulling. What do you say? I'm
not slipping a disc for a fucking 6-pack and 2 slices of cold pizza. Fuck that noise. My medical insurance ain't that great.
No, not for a couch injury.
No, I think that's the rule. Whenever you turn 30, just pay a fucking mover. You should have enough money to do that.
Just like
don't move.
It's like when we had our 10-year reunion. They announced it. They were like, hey, "It's going to cost like $60." Everybody was like freaking out. And I'm like, dude, this was my 10 years. It's been like that long. You don't have any money. And they're like, well, people can help out. I was like, I'm not paying for anyone. I'm not paying for your. You don't have to go. Sorry, this is not a GoFundMe. Like, I don't know what you've done the last 10 years since we got out of high school, but I'm not paying for shit.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
My 20,
Vietnam flashback.
My 20 years in 2 years.
Wow. All right. Good for you, man. You going to go?
That's fucking sad. I should kill myself.
You need to go. Do it after the episode. Don't do it yet. I've already interrupted it once. I don't need you to interrupt it again.
It's been almost like 20 years since I graduated high school.
Oh,
fuck me.
It sucks, dude.
Getting old's really dumb. Like I don't feel. You know what I mean? Like
everybody I went to school with looks terrible.
That's true.
That's fun to watch.
Yeah,
especially the ones that I didn't like that were like really mean to people or cruel or just I thought was like a cunt. Like this whole thing's been great. Like watching them get divorced and big and miserable. So the ones that really thought they were the shit, that's been kind of fun to watch. I watched that evolve. So that's a little dark, but it's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, I feel like I might be put in that category.
That's
all sad and blew up. I didn't blow up, but I'm generally a congenial person.
You're just a man. You're just a man.
Yeah, no,
I
exactly.
just manned up.
No one gives a fuck about our problems as dudes.
Truthfully, what sucks, we're speaking about blowing up, what sucks is like, I was telling someone the other day, I'm like, what sucks is like, since the world is riddled with fitness influencers stuff, so I was like, nobody gives a shit if you've stayed healthy.
No.
Like most of your life. They only care if you let yourself go to fuck and then you lose it all. And they're like, you're such an inspiration. I'm like, that dude just started doing this. And like, we didn't talk about what he's been or she's been doing for the last 20 years. She's been just letting herself go and him to shit. And then now it's like, you're a hero. Like,
yeah, I know. You've kind of hinted at the fact you've talked about before. It was like no one cares about the person that's been like stayed on it.
No one cares
for the entire time.
They don't give
and
a
never
shit.
let themselves go. Right. It's all about. It's all the only person that's inspirational is the person that had to be a fat piece of lazy shit for 10 years first, and then they finally got off their ass, and then they're like, "Oh, you're such an inspiration."
Whatever. Hey, man. Whatever.
You know what I mean?
I want to do. Good for you.
That's a good point, though. I mean, really, you think about it.
Pisses me.
It
doesn't make me. I just don't understand. I'm confused.
So what you're
by
saying is like you're like, I need some recognition. I'm an
it.
inspiration.
No. No, not at all. I'm not. I'm not perfect. I'm not like stage.
I know. I'm messing with you.
Oh yeah, I'm not stage ready. Like I would never be that way with any. Like I don't post videos. I don't because I generally think nobody would care if I would. Like I'm.
But I mean, that's a good point, though.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like because you'll see chicks on Instagram and stuff, and they're like. I'm on this journey, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, you're incredible!" I'm like, "Did y'all see this 10 years ago? Yeah. They were doing an eating competition, and now it's like they've helped me come out of this darkness."
So think about this for a second.
Go ahead. I'm
like
ready.
Someone who lets themselves go for 10 years, and they finally just go back to like a normal weight, right? And everyone's gushing like, "Oh, you're so inspirational.
Yeah.
The dedication it took to do that. You're so brave. You look fantastic. You're glowing, all this kind of stuff." But you couldn't do that with like any other like physical ailment, like someone who like beat cancer. Like, "Oh, you're such a inspiration." And then you come along and be like, "I never had cancer."
They're like beat polio,
right?
Like,
but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can't do that.
You can't. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, it's so it's weird.
I don't know how people do it. This shit bothers me. Somebody could make a mean comment to me. Like we were in Vegas and we were at the pool, and someone was like, "Oh, that working out, I thought you looked better." Like I would be devastated. Like it would crush me.
Yeah, right.
100%. Even if I knew they didn't mean it. Like I would put a shirt on and leave the pool. It would completely devastate me.
They were talking about you have a little bit of vanity situation
It would
going
completely defeat me.
Yeah, right.
Like it's terrible, but I would be so devastated.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Oh, that shirt's looking a little tight."
I'd be like,
"You're burning like all your shirts."
I'm like, "Do you mean like tight in a good way? Like what do we? Can you get?" I'd like pride out of you,
right?
And you'd be like, "You know what I mean?" And then you just walk off. And I'm like,
just you're filling it out a little bit more, right?
Kylie got me,
especially in the midsection.
Yeah, Kylie got me today. We were driving to my parents. She was like, "I wish you didn't stink." I said, "I wish you didn't look so rough." If we would give each other shit, and she was like, I was like, "Don't say that."
Damn.
Yeah, we give it to each other. It's pretty funny. You gotta have fun. Fuck, I'm coming up on my 10-year reunion or 10-year anniversary. So you still gotta pick and play. It kind of doesn't feel like that long, which to me it's long, but I guess in today's market that's a really long time for most folks.
Yeah, I think fucking average is like 5 years.
It's less than that, I believe.
Probably less than that now.
I haven't looked up recently. I think divorce rates are like 48 to 50% or something.
I'm sure.
But yeah, like I told people that I'm like, yeah, now it's like 3 years. Like, wow, 5. Oh, cool, it's credible. Like my parents are like 34. Mm-hmm. And like, but yeah, people our age, like 10 is like, I know a few people that I went to school with that are 8, 9, 10, 11 years. So
10 years, big deal. I gave it like 6 months, so you beat me. I was kidding.
You did great. Yeah, you lost that bet, fucker. Hey, we had some people when we told them how we got together. We had some people that were like weirded out, like because it all happened very quickly.
Because you were a child bride.
Yeah, so people were like you move in like after a month or two, and then you get like people were like, "Ooh." So I get it. I was like, I get it. It don't work for everybody. So
I don't know. I feel like the ones like that are like that are either they're not going to last 5 years and then peter out. They either
10.
They either go the distance, right? They either go the distance or they are literally like turning around and getting an annulment like 2 months later.
Yeah. Right. We're in a very Hollywood marriage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there is no in between. There's no like, oh, but they tried 7 years and then they're out. No, it's either like 40 years till death do us part, or you're like, oh fuck, this is like a big mistake 2 months later, right?
Well, it's nice when you get married young. It's like I was watching that Love Is Blind. Like there's a couple. Like she's 32. I think he was 29. She's a lawyer and he was sold insurance or some shit, whatever. And she was like, money's a big thing. Finance. I was like, thank God we were both poor as fuck when we met. Mm-hmm. So like, what's nice about being married young is you build your wealth together. Like, so you're not. It's not like coming into it. Like I told her, I couldn't imagine like starting where I am now. Like
when you also don't, you're not coming into it like that. That's going to be pretty much the problem that I'm going to have.
Like, because I'm so fucking rich.
Is because I'm old as balls now. Is that anybody that I do marry?
I'm so wealthy.
The thing is, right. Yeah, be like, bitch, stop spending my money.
My money.
I've been enjoying all this money by myself for 20 years now.
No, you can't have your own toothbrush here.
Exactly. Buy your own fucking toothbrush.
Get out of here.
Exactly. Can't be spending all my money on toothbrushes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So
Unless she's hot.
Unless
she's
that's
hot.
right.
If she's hot, it's
If she's hot, it's like, have 20 toothbrushes.
Have all of them.
Yeah.
Just keep touching me.
Just don't let that be the only thing going in your mouth.
Yeah. Right. Clean up.
Right. But no, my thing is like that's would be my problem. Is like whoever I do end up with is going to have some baggage of some kind, and then I'm also old as balls now. I'm going to have my own fucking hang-ups and stubbornness
apps and
fasting apps and
self-pump
and like feral cats,
self-pump mask if you're choking. Like, I don't know what to fucking tell you.
Right. Apparently that was a great amusement by some people that I have thought that I was going to like die alone choking on a fucking, I don't know, chicken nugget by myself. And so I got a fucking suction machine, fucking suction device.
Well, just you trying to, the running joke was like you were naked doing it.
Yeah, right.
Like, so you're making a pumping suction to your face naked.
Like this.
So
like,
shit just
looks like I'm doing like a shake weight.
Like no one looks good doing that.
No.
Like it's going to be, that was funny.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, it's like, what if, like, I'm doing that and it doesn't work, and then I pass out and I die, and I've got this, like,
naked.
I'm naked, and the EMTs finally show up, and I'm, like, dead on the ground naked, and I've got this, like, plastic fucking suction device just, like, laying there. It's like, oh, well, he tried.
He tried. Ugh. Yeah.
That'd be a really hilarious scene.
See, I would come in, like, before the EMT, I'm like, oh, fuck. And I'm like, I'd move it, like, behind your ass.
Right, exactly. Like put it over my dick. Right.
I don't know what he was doing. Right. He's pumping it wrong.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like it would look like some sort of like sex death.
Yeah,
right.
Sex sent me to my deathbed. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you would. I guess that is right. Like I don't know what that would be like coming into that. I don't know how that would be. Like being mid-30s, whatever, and then like I have this.
You're gonna have baggage.
Maybe easier.
Everyone's gonna have baggage.
It may be easier, but like, hey, I've been doing this long. I just want to hang out with somebody permanently. Like,
I don't know.
I think it'd be actually that could be kind of cool.
I don't think so. I think it's hard. I mean, just because I'm living it, I think it would be harder.
Oh well, yeah, it's gonna be obviously than if you were
because
22.
Like to the point you just made, it's like it wasn't just like you're building your wealth together, but you're also like learning how to adult and do life together.
100%.
You know what I mean?
I didn't have shit figured out.
Right. So you're both. You had a partner early on. So I think that is a superior way of going about things, marrying young, than it is to wait till later and everybody marrying after you're both all like ran through.
That's true. You're like, nobody else wants me. Will you take me?
We're all used up and fucking set in our ways. We're like, you want to get hitched, right? The tax benefits.
I'm still going to shit with the door open. Like,
exactly.
Great. Yeah. That's, I mean.
You know what I mean?
That's true. That's one way to look at it, I guess. But when you said partner, I get pissed off when someone says, this is my partner, and it's a dude and a chick.
Yeah, it's a heterosexual couple.
It pisses me off.
Right.
I don't like that.
Right. This is
because there's ones that I'm like,
no one says that.
You're gay? Like, no. I'm like, well, then don't say that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say like, partner in life or whatever.
Oh,
but
that
I would
makes
never
sense.
say
this
partner.
is my. I'm not going to introduce. This is my.
Right.
Like it makes me mad. I don't like it. It confuses me.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
That's just something I want to rag on.
Right. That's like whenever I see like someone's in their profile and they're obviously like it's a girl and this is like the girliest girl I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Like a girl's girl wears fucking pink everywhere. Like clearly. Like a 10, like a hottest, like born, like no mistake.
I'm there with you.
And then puts she, her in her fucking bio. And it's like, yeah, no shit.
No kidding. Yeah. Also, I don't like if we're going to be on, let's tear down women. I don't like when they have a truck that says girls can drive trucks too. No shit.
No shit. You're not special because in fact, who cares?
I don't care that. I'm glad that you can drive a truck. I don't care.
I've driven a fucking compact car before.
I drove an Oldsmobile. I don't know what to tell you. I don't care. It'll be like, this isn't my boyfriend's truck. Great. You probably don't have one because you're a dumbass. So now the best sticker I did see was lift it. Fat girls can't jump. That was funny. I was like, that's good. This is a great sticker for a vehicle. Yeah.
That's correct.
That was funny.
Your brother posted something. I think it was like there's something that all like motorcycle drivers like have in common. They love exhaust and they hate fat women. They hate fat bitches, something like that. They love loud exhaust and hate fat bitches.
That does sound like something he would have shared.
I think that's like something like that. And so I was like, yeah, that's pretty much because you don't see a whole lot of hefty people on the back of a
you
motorcycle.
do on older folks. Well,
yeah,
were hot before probably.
Well, I'm not talking about like fucking
old bikers,
road king or anything like that. Yeah, you'll see that.
You know, your crotch rock.
I'm talking about crotch rock.
Oh yeah,
people.
no, where it's going to slip up in that ass. Yeah, no. You don't want that.
Exactly. You imagine, because the thing is, like, you imagine like having to do a hard brake at a light or whatever.
I cannot.
And all that weight slamming
just
forward
turning.
into you.
She leans the wrong way.
Yeah, that's right.
And most of them guys aren't big dudes. Like you, we're going to see how strong you are
right.
on this embankment. The arm starts training like, bitch.
Yeah, dude.
You're walking home.
You're basically like counterweighting as you go into the turn.
I don't.
Oh my god.
Speaking of chicks, I tried that line from that Dave Chappelle skit. He was like, "Better check your tone, girl. Using that outside voice inside, you're gonna find yourself outside."
Right.
I actually said that to Kyle the other day, and she's like, "What the fuck did you say to me?" I was like, "I had to try it. I haven't got to say it. It's hilarious."
So it didn't work.
Not that I would ever mean it anyway, but it's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty good. Well,
I miss Dave Chappelle.
When is the 10-year actually happening?
October 19th.
All right.
So when we get back from Vegas.
As soon as we get back. Okay.
We have a busy October. I do. I have Loretta Lynn's Thursday, the 12th. Bought a new riding set for it. I'm really excited about it. Shout out to FXR. They hooked me up for another year. I'm really excited. So I got a new suit for the occasion. I had to. Kylie said I look like a gay zebra. She said, "That looks like a gay zebra." I said, "Perfect."
I'm picturing it right now.
It is loud, very 80s. I like all my gear to be very, very loud and bright.
Yeah, you do.
So, so she said, "That looks like a gay zebra." I said, "Well, perfect. That's what I'm going for."
Yeah.
So I got that. So I got that the 12th. Go to work Friday. We leave Saturday morning. At our flight's at 6:20.
Yeah, it's early as shit.
And then we're going to Paradise for a couple of days.
So we need to roll out of here like 4:30.
Same time we did last time. Everything's the exact same, except I won't call you at 2:30 and say, "Are you excited?" Like I did last
I don't
time.
think you slept.
I texted you at 2:30 and said, "Are you excited?"
I was asleep. So I got that text like 3 hours later. And I was like, "Yes, I am excited. When are you picking me up?"
Yeah, like I did the same thing to Aaron when we went turkey hunting. I got up. It was our first time. Like at 2:30, I was like, "You ready?"
You're a fucking madman.
I get excited, dude. I'm fucking in it. Like I'm pumped. I'm excited because it's like 2 weeks out, but like it'll get closer. Like that Friday at work, I'm gonna be a menace. Like I'm gonna be fucking pumped.
You're like a kid that's like jazzed about going to camp for the summer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't help it. Like I get so pumped.
Like anytime you're doing something like that, like you like it's still like the first time.
Well, it's like if we do that park and ride. Like in a van, I'm going to be a menace the whole way. Yeah. I'm going to be like so pumped. And that dude's going to be like, "I need you to get the fuck out of my van."
Yeah, no.
Like, right. Or it may be the best fare he's ever had. Like, I don't know.
I'm going to be sitting there like half groggy trying to drink my coffee and like
pissed off. Like
playing my phone being like, "Shut the fuck up."
Nah, you'll be excited. You were pretty quiet until whatever, but like it's a big group going.
Yeah, it takes me a minute to wake up.
Hopefully I'll see someone famous. I really want to. I did last time. I really want to see somebody famous.
Who did you see famous last time?
Jackson Dean.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was in line.
Mm-hmm. He's big. He's a lot big time more now than he was then. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Like he's saying at the Grand Ole Opry. Like it's cool.
That's true.
So I hope to see. I want to try to meet Nate Bargatze. He'll be there. And everybody was like, "That'll be cool." I'm like, no, you don't understand what I'm saying. Like I'm going to meet him. I'll make it work. I'll figure it out. That'd be cool.
Okay.
I'd like to meet him.
I mean, that's
just say, "Hey, I like your stuff."
That's how do you think you're going to pull this off?
I'm just going to approach him and start talking.
He probably might have like where are you going to approach him?
Like if I see him walking, he's not that huge where he's going to have like bodyguards. I wouldn't think.
Oh, okay.
Like, I mean, know your audience.
It's true.
Know your audience. Let's be real. So it'll be fine.
Okay.
I'm not talking about I'm going to rush him with a sign.
I was going to say.
Sign my titty.
So my thing is like, so he's on a stage or.
Oh, it won't be like that. It'd be like if I happen to catch him, like, I imagine they're staying in the hotel, I would think.
He probably,
probably
it's
be cool
a big place.
I got it.
He may fucking just jump on a fucking plane and bounce.
Nah, I got it. We'll be fine.
Okay.
I'll see somebody famous.
Okay.
It'd be awesome to meet a celebrity.
Well, we'll have to go places to where we're more likely to see.
I got my business cards ready. I'm ready to fucking
true.
hot
I
trot,
got the business cards. We need to pass those suckers out.
I got my little leather card holder. I'm excited about it. Yeah, dude, I got a whole theme. I got a new luggage. Shout out OGO. I got to hook up on that. I got a new suitcase.
Yeah.
Fucking in it, man.
I have to make sure whenever I'm at the conference and I'm doing my official paid job capacities, that I don't pass out the wrong card.
You need to give out both. Actually, you might not want to do that.
No.
They'll be like, we can't do business with you because you're a fucking psycho.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Okay.
Right. Exactly. You do squats in the shower. You're a little crazy.
Yeah. You use the word gay a lot.
A lot.
I can't be doing that.
A lot. Yeah. Now I'm all self-conscious about that shit too. So now I'm trying to like.
And you talk about jerking off a lot.
I talk about jerking off a lot. I know. It's awesome. Who doesn't love jerking off?
Behind the scenes porn.
But yeah, while jerking off.
You ever see the bonus features on a porn?
Exactly.
By that time, I'm usually disgusted with myself, so I can't watch them.
I turn on the director's commentary sometimes.
Have you ever made it through the whole video? No.
Right.
So
have you ever checked out the credits at the end? They have credits.
Comments
Did you know they
are
have
hilarious.
credits?
Comments are the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are hilarious.
Yeah, you don't want to be a guy that makes an account to where you can
You'd be an addict.
comments. It's too much.
If you make an account, you're an addict.
But the thing is I appreciate the guys that go in there and they do the hard work. Because sometimes you'll watch a video and it doesn't have any names. You don't know who's what. And you're like, oh, this girl, I want to see some more of this chick.
Someone says, I got your back.
But I don't know what her stage name is. I have no idea what her
Somebody knows it.
Go down in them comments. Somebody is doing the work.
Somebody
You know what I'm saying?
is doing what they should.
Yes, exactly. Now, the ones, have you ever come across, you've read some of the comments, right? The ones that always freak me out is the one, there's always like one guy where it's, it's a video and the girl's, whatever, the scene is a guy and a girl fucking, okay?
Okay. Thank you for setting that.
Right, just setting the stage there. That's, if somebody didn't know what was in a porno, now you know. Spoiler. There's always somebody in the comments, and they always say, you can really tell at minute 151, she was really loving it, and you're like, oh, bro, what the fuck?
But then you're like, thanks a lot. And you go back,
and then you go back and be like, yeah, I get it. That's what he sees.
Like, did I miss that? When you argue, I really thought it. I really thought it minute 4.
That's what 4:15
seconds.
That's what I should start doing.
Like, I think that was better.
I should make an account just to antagonize the people in the comments.
Someone's like, she's so hot. I'm like, I've seen a lot better. Right. 1:15, she was really giving it to him. Like, but dude. At minute 2, it was better.
I've seen that more than a handful of times to where that's like a thing now. Like that's apparently like a commonplace enough. It's like a thing. Like some guys like to go into the comments and they like to express that they were, I guess, like jumping into the psyche of the girl or something and being like, it's really super
it's not
weird.
Real, right?
Right, exactly. This is like all fucking bullshit. But yeah, it's weird. When I noticed that comment the first time, I'm like, that's kind of weird. And then I would notice comments like that again and again. I'm like, what is with these people?
Because it's freaks, dude.
What compelled you to like make a comment like that? Like, just enjoy the fucking video.
I don't even know
and
what
go
time
away.
it is on there. If there was a certain section I like, I'm like, I don't remember 2 minutes ago. It's like someone asked me, remember that episode you did? No.
Right. Do you have like a notepad? Like,
you'd have to.
He's got a pen in one hand and a cock in the other, and he's just like, taking
some
notes on this one.
Them strokes were fierce at 4:15.
Right.
Like, what?
Right.
No, I don't. Yeah, that's weird. That whole thing. Like, there's even that show on Netflix where it was like after porn, like the actors and actresses, like what happens after. Some of them have to get like their shit sewn up, and like I'm like, oh, what? Like, you don't want to see that. I don't want to be involved in that.
So there, OnlyFans has like a dating thing now.
What does that mean?
Where OnlyFans creators, it's like a dating show. To where I think they take 2 OnlyFans creators and they like match them up.
Yeah.
It's very reminiscent of like old school, like remember MTV had those like weird dating shows,
like Room Raiders.
Well, they had like they had Next, or they had like Parental Control, where that
was a good one.
That it was obviously super staged and super fun. It was all corny, and everybody was just saying these like awful, terrible lines.
You can't do parental control anymore because stepmoms have entered the scene. So that whole thing would work
exactly.
anymore.
So that's what it reminded me of when I was watching this OnlyFans. OnlyFans has like follow them on Instagram. It's actually pretty interesting. But it's OnlyFans creators, and they have like a dating thing or whatever. And the thing that I did notice is like all the dudes, like apparently there's OnlyFans creator dudes enough to where they're, I guess, making it big enough on OnlyFans. They're all fucking meatheads. Like uninteresting, boring as a fucking rock.
But
like,
built really good.
But they built really well.
Yeah.
But all the girls, they at least have some kind of like actual personality. Yeah. They're also super hot. But I had that observation. I was like, why are all the like dudes that like sell their bodies online for
Kind of
sex.
retarded.
Kind of retarded. Right. But all the girls are probably like, I bet you like some of them OnlyFans creator girls are like,
Not just a piece of meat.
yeah, they're probably like went to law school or something. You know?
Well, yeah,
what I'm
they're
saying?
like, this just makes more money.
It just makes more money.
Makes
Right?
sense.
Exactly.
You're like, why are all the guys dumb?
But the dudes are fucking retarded.
They're like, do you like weather?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that observation on that OnlyFans Instagram account, that channel. I came across that and I was like, because it was like a suggested thing or whatever, and it was the dating show thing, and I was just kind of watching it. I had that observation. I was like, that dude is a fucking retard.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what is it? OnlyFans? OnlyFans has a whole fucking dating show now. It's crazy. So I started following that account. It's really funny.
Might look into that.
Yep. But anyway, that's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of the old school fucking parental control shit, which is also super weird. You think about that, like that show, Parental Control on MTV, and maybe I'm showing my age here a little bit because that was a while ago.
Well, we just told us how old you were.
Yeah,
so
right.
We're good.
I guess that's true.
You know you're old as fuck. Keep going.
Thanks. But you had like the boyfriend was hated by both of the parents, and so the parents were wanting to set up their daughter with two other dudes.
Yeah.
Right. And and the mom got to pick one and the dad got to pick one. And then they would go out on these
But they would pick
dates
them up with the boyfriend in the room.
with the boyfriend in the room. Right.
Yeah.
And then they would go on a fucking date. And it was like, just think about this. If it wasn't like super staged and produced, but it was like, think about that as an actual situation. Like, imagine your parents picking up, they're picking up two other dudes to go fuck their daughter, essentially, because they don't like the boyfriend that she's currently fucking, but he's got to meet them first.
Yeah.
So it's such an awkward situation.
Actually,
it makes no sense.
For a minute, it'd be kind of like, all right, my parents like,
my parents are whoring me out.
But if they were hot, you'd be like, all right.
Right. And sometimes the parents would say some stuff like that too. It's like, yeah, and he looks really good. Like the mom would be like, yeah, and he's hot too. And you're like,
look at his abs.
Mom, what the fuck? Right.
We should do a show where parents pick out singles dates for them. Like do the same thing, but they're not dating someone at the time. Like, hey, we picked out two for you to go on a date. And we're going to film it.
Talking about for me?
No, I meant just a television show. You could be in the show if you wanted to. But yeah, like essentially, we'll use you for an example. Yeah, you. And then your parents would pick out two women for you to go on a date
So
with.
we're bringing parental control back. That's what you're saying.
Yep.
Okay, but real
real, not staged.
Not staged bullshit.
It'd be blind dating, I guess, would be.
I guess so. We could call it. We can't call it parental control because I'm sure that's trademarked. But bring back parental control. I'd watch that.
Oh yeah, I would 100% if it was just real, uncut, like.
Right.
Because I like that. Like that. This past season, this new season of Love Is Blind, there was a scene that was so cringy, awkward that I could almost wear it like a shirt.
Yeah.
I could feel it in the air. It was so awkward and hilarious.
Yeah.
So we could. I mean, that's.
I love awkward, but nothing beats the awkwardness of that one dude twice botched that Love at First Kiss. I've never actually seen the show.
What is that scene?
You've never seen this. You would love this so much.
What is it? Love at First Kiss?
I think it's Love at First Kiss, I want to say.
First Kiss?
It's a little bit older. I think it was on TLC.
Ew.
It's like 5.
It's two dudes.
It's at least 5 years old. I think it was Love at First Kiss.
Well, there's like this. Is this it on?
Yeah, and they're in like a white room.
Well, that was two dudes. Was there like?
Well, I mean,
which one was it? Oh, this guy.
That guy.
I've seen that video.
Yes, it happened again.
Man, it's super weird.
It happened a second time. He was on that show twice.
Yeah,
and the third time he actually was able to not be as awkward as fuck. But we have to share that on the page, dude. That dude is super awkward.
Is it
he goes in there? So the whole premise of
he's overthinking it.
Yeah, 100%.
He's brushing his tongue.
The whole. I'm just gonna play it. All right.
Yeah.
His name is Josh, by the way.
That makes sense.
She comes in the room.
And I'm about to kiss a total stranger.
Yeah, she stands in this white room.
Usually when you kiss someone for the first time.
She's cute. It's not like she's a troll.
No.
It's not. He got the better end of the.
Oh yeah, he's just awkward as shit. I was wait, go back. Okay. Go back. Go back real quick. Why did he walk out all the way into that hallway like that?
He's hugging the wall. Damn, that's a 12-foot gap.
Why did he go?
I don't know. He's awkward as shit. Look at that awful T-shirt. She's immediately disappointed.
It's like, hey.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
How's it going?
Hey,
Good.
want to make out?
What's your name?
Emily.
I'm Josh.
Hi.
Of course.
Awkward smiling at her.
Ew.
Can I kiss you?
Oh my god, it's so cringy.
Oh, he gives a little side hug, a little kiss on the cheek.
He's dug her there.
Yeah, dude. He didn't even like kiss her on the cheek. He like kissed her hair, and then he just fucked off. Back to awkwardly walk down the hallway.
Is that all?
What if he was like, you stink?
What if he like?
He might be an Asian woman.
He probably just like came in his pants.
I don't know. I screwed up.
I don't know what happened.
Dude, that was awful.
I feel bad for her because she's just like, involved in this fucking.
He kissed this ugly chick.
Yeah, he finally.
Ew, is that a barrette? Bitch.
Yeah. Look at this.
Oh.
Eyes open.
Ooh.
He's fucking.
Ew.
He's fucking like eating her lunch that she.
Her
ate.
eyes open too? She's got sideburns. Look at that beak.
Oh, she goes in for some
went for
more.
another one,
She's like,
dude.
"Ooh, I like this." So that's what it was. Is that I remember this now? They had to find someone equally awkward.
And they did. Like, she's got a barrette.
Yeah, she's 37.
She's, 30. I think she's in. Yeah, she's like, it was good. Look at him. He's like, boner.
Yeah.
You bet if he was like on Superbad?
He
was like, I've got a
he's so
boner.
awkward. He'd be like, "I'm not a virgin
not a
anymore."
virgin.
It's like he just made out with a girl. Relax.
Someone kills him. Like, dude, like, it's like that show on TLC where it was, they like saved themselves from everything until marriage. Like, no kissing or
Yes,
nothing.
I've seen that one.
And then, like, they went up to kiss, and that chick's dad was like, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah, exactly. It looked like they were trying to eat each other.
He was so disappointed in what had happened. Like, I felt bad for him. And they looked like they were like necking.
Oh yeah.
What was that movie? What was that show called?
I don't know. It was. I think it was at about the same time that show was going.
There's
on.
actually a thing you search called First Kiss Cringe. Oh my gosh, I found it.
Yes.
I found it. Hold on. Let me get it going. Advertisement.
They're like
It's super
they're like
awkward.
Mormons or something.
Or I think they were both homeschooled for sure. I can tell.
Hey, nothing wrong with homeschool.
Yeah, let me get. Yeah.
I'm not a virgin entirely by choice.
What does that mean?
Involuntary incels.
Hold on.
Or involuntary.
Dude, watch this.
Involuntarily celibate.
Watch this shit. Oh my god, it's so bad. Their dad's like,
Dad's
oh
laughing.
god.
It's like that's not how you do it.
That's how you do it. Why would you not watch a fucking video
I know.
or something? Your family is there, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Like your
He's-
mother is
like,
there.
The thing is, like, he's just going with too much speed. There's just too much
She
speed.
was too. She's like, this is gonna be great. I'm like, your
Right.
kids are gonna see this one day.
Right.
Like, not to mention they're probably cutting you a $30,000 check or whatever for being a stupid show.
Like, if you want to save yourself for marriage, good for you. But like, fool around a little bit. Shit, come on.
Well, you can't. You just can't if you're gonna.
Just don't put the P in the V, but do everything else.
Like, don't get me wrong. I had the idea of waiting. Like, I think we
Yeah.
all did because it was, that I've talked about before on sex ed and Hershey Kisses, like, I don't know, like episode 7, whatever.
Yeah.
They scared the shit out of you. They're like, if you have sex, you'll get a wart on your pecker and you'll die. Like, don't do it. I'm like, I'm never going to have sex. Like, it's scary. And then they give you like a deodorant and here's a picture of what your pee-pee will look like. And then you're out.
You didn't even get to keep the chocolate kisses.
No, I don't want none of that shit. I'll have AIDS. I don't want that. So, yeah, like everybody's like, I'm going to wait. And then, of course, you don't. And then whatever. But, yeah, that's a
Not
hot
me,
topic.
dude. I was trying to fucking lose that shit as fast as I could.
Were you really?
I wasn't paying attention in class.
All my
You kidding
friends
me?
lost theirs first. Like, I really had no intentions of doing it. Like, to be honest, like, not until
Oh,
was gonna get married.
I didn't lose mine until I was out of high school, but that wasn't for lack of trying.
oh, see, I wasn't trying until like obviously after. Then I was like, it's all I wanted to do. But like, I wasn't actively trying. I was scared to death. Tell you, dude. Like my dad, like told me,
Well,
like
yeah,
straight up.
you do have kind of a bout of hypochondria. Though,
Yeah.
too.
Oh, 100.
So yeah,
yes,
that makes sense.
1,000%. I'm a freak.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Yes. As soon as he told me, he was like, by the way, I know you're thinking about it. I know your friends do or whatever, but Just so you know, you get a girl pregnant, you can kiss your childhood goodbye. Now it's time to be dad. Hang it all up.
Yeah.
That scared the shit out of me. So I was like, I'm just going to make out with everybody because I can't get chicks pregnant by making out. So that's what I did.
Yeah.
And then until finally I didn't. And then I was like, this is awesome.
It's like that the coach from not forgetting.
Well, be careful on coaches because there's been a lot of
coach-
things lately with coaches and little boys and all that shit.
Well, no, it's like from a movie, Saving Silverman. The coach.
Oh, yeah.
It's like women only want thing, your man juice.
That's right.
I gotta find that now.
I forgot about that.
That was Gunny. Let's find that Gunny.
Oh, you're talking about he end up being gay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That was good. That's when he was taking a shit by the mailbox.
Yes.
Yep.
You boys got an ATP?
That's
But
all
never
right.
mind. I got it. And he takes out a letter
That was
out
really
of the
weird.
mailbox. Yeah,
That's when they were
that's,
obsessed with Neil Diamond. That's a great movie.
Yeah, dude. It's fantastic. But there was a scene where he talked about that. It says if you have sex, you will get AIDS and you will die or whatever. It's like,
Yeah,
because he didn't want his football team to be distracted by women, but it ended up being because he was gay. But
why are you gay?
why are you gay?
Yeah.
Who says I'm gay? You are gay. I love that fucking video.
So good. How about the one where that dude makes him kiss that guy? And he was like, that's what's his name. It was a dude.
What?
And he thought it was a chick. Yeah, it was on Instagram. It was like a mock-up interview outside, whatever. And the dude was like, and it was like an overseas thing. It was three guys. One was dressed like a chick. And I guess he was like, oh, what do you think? Like, oh, they kiss. And he was like, oh, that's a
yeah.
man.
That's right.
Dude looks got all pissed.
Yeah. Dude, I'd be upset too.
It's like that
Have
video.
you seen the video of it's like the dude's blindfolded and they're like doing like a taste test thing, challenge
it's
or whatever.
a dick-shaped
And it's a
sucker.
dick-shaped sucker.
He was
and
getting
he's like,
really into
and dude, he was like, he's like licking the tip. And
He was
he's like really deep throating it a little bit. And he's like, oh, it tastes like a gummy,
I
something
laughed so
gummy worm.
hard.
The whole time he's just getting fucking.
He was pissed when that blindfold
dude.
came off. I would love to. Do that to
That's like,
somebody.
I like the ones, I like the videos to where, I don't know, I think it's German or something like that because of the accents. They may have done it in different places, but the one I saw was German. And it's a dude, it's in a blacked out room, like no lights whatsoever.
Oh, I know where you're
and
going with
the
this.
guy is separated by plexiglass. The room is cut in half by plexiglass. And there's portholes every once in a bit. He has to open up one of the portholes, just like feel around. He opens up one of the portholes and he has to smell what's on the other side, like on a little tray, right? Through this porthole. So he sticks his face and his nose through the porthole, smells whatever's on the other end, right? And it's like cheese. And he's like smelling. He's like, oh, it smells bad. He's like, it's cheese. And it's like German. So they're doing like the subtitles. And so I don't know what they're saying, but I'm reading the subtitles. And so he's going along and he's getting them. And there's somebody that's standing on a stool, like bent over, and their ass is sticking through this porthole. And so he gets up to that porthole with somebody's ass, and he gets like his nose about goes in that person's crack, and then he says, "Oh, I don't know." Like he's like flabbergasted because he's like failed the last three,
Sweaty
and
ass.
so he's just kind of like, "Is it smelly ass?" And then they were like, "Ding!" Like
This dude does it. Like, this is
it's so that's the guy.
this is the American guy.
Is it?
The first box. Oh my god. Like chemicals.
Oh, what the fuck is with the hair?
Yeah, just watch.
Hey, get in position for item number 2.
Yeah, like it's
Item number 2.
What? I
Yeah, just let it play out.
like a jock strap.
My life. Well, a dog.
It's like a sock. It's a dirty jock strap.
Eddie, you can move on to the next one.
There he goes. Full on ass. Somebody just like got their ass up against that fucking wall. Oh, he gets in there good. Real deep breaths, deep whiffs. He knows that smell. He smelled a lot of ass.
Dude.
That smells like ass.
He's like, it smells like ass. And ding. It's fucking-
The one you're talking about is the same show, but like
Yeah.
that dude gets pissed. He starts
dude.
gagging.
It's so funny.
Oh my god, they do a bunch of stuff like that, man.
I love that
I've
shit.
never watched all of them. They do a bunch.
Oh my god, it was so good.
Hey, what's up with the shit on Instagram lately about like dwarfs and like that sex van thing? Have you seen that?
So,
what is the recent
there was
influx
like
in that?
there was like one or two that like just blew up all of a sudden, and that
the little black dude,
Uh,
the tattoos on, little chain. He looks kind of like semi deformed in his face.
I thought you were talking about like the girls, the ones that are like OnlyFans models or whatever. That they're also midgets.
Oh, I know of them too, but like there's just been a recent. I don't know. Like it's not my algorithm. I didn't search it. I would admit if
It
I
is
was,
now.
but like I was like, what the fuck? What is it? And there's like some kind of van that they got.
Oh, you
it's
talking
got,
about that
like,
little
signatures on it?
dwarf-looking dude?
Yeah, I guess he smashed that one chick. I don't know.
I guess.
I didn't see the movie. I'm just
There's always been this fascination with
little people.
well, every once in a while there's some sort of like thing, like person with some sort of like weird thing, deformity about them, and they just sometimes they just stick. Like I remember there was there was one dude who they had his mugshot, and he had a wide neck. You know what I'm talking about? Like his neck went like he had no.
Like a cobra.
Yeah, he looked like a cobra.
I got you.
100%, but like legit looked like a cobra. And so on the internet, his name was Wide Neck.
Okay.
Right? And it was just a mugshot. That's all they saw was a mugshot of this dude with a fucking wide neck. Well, I guess he must have saw that his mugshot was going viral, and he like came out of the woodworks. And so he started doing videos of just doing random shit. But it was because everybody was just fascinated watching this like dude with a wide neck.
It's like that kid with a long neck, that little weird skinny kid.
And it's funny you mentioned long neck because they eventually, on their own viralness, got big. They did a crossover like collab.
Okay. Yes, I've
where
seen
it was like long neck and wide neck were like hanging out.
They look weird.
Right. So there's always like the internet picks out these like
freaks.
They used to all be a part of a circus, right?
Right.
Now we just throw them up on the fucking internet. And
give them more money for admission.
Give them more money, exactly. And they don't have a fucking circus boss. Yeah.
I mean, that one dwarf chick made like 22 mil.
That's what
on OnlyFans.
Right, exactly.
She was just on Bradley Martin's podcast.
Yeah. And now since the thing is, you can always tell like the copiers because she, to me, was like the first one that was like blew up to where obviously she made $22 million on OnlyFans.
Yeah,
and now I'm seeing more midget OnlyFans girls on Instagram. It's coming out of the woodworks. It's like I just came across one the other day. Was have you seen the NPC streamers? Have you seen this before?
I don't think so.
Okay, so this is it's super weird. It's like what's happening.
Are you about
right
to
now.
perform it? Like,
No,
okay,
not really. Well, kind of. So what they do is it'll be like an attractive girl.
Yeah.
She's a streamer, like on Twitch or whatever, and you know how people in the chat they'll like. You can do emojis.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, say like an emoji is like an ice cream cone.
Yeah.
Well, what she'll do is she'll act out the emoji,
Okay.
but it's very robotic. And so every time you tip or send a message or comment or whatever, and it's an emoji, she'll act out the emoji in a very like an NPC.
Okay,
way.
I got you. Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like if you just like hit the button over and
So
over
it's
again,
weird
she
as
would do
fuck.
it and do it and do it and do it.
Yeah.
Right. So like the one that's coming to mind was like they do the ice cream. She would go, "Ice cream so good," and "Ice cream so good," and she just do it over and over again, very robotic. And that's like the whole. You're gonna have to look this up. It's a whole fucking thing. So there was one girl that was doing it, and it caught on to
What's
a
it
couple
called?
of others.
NPC ASMR.
Probably something like that.
I'm about to release doing this.
So here, let me Google it because
is this at ASMR? But it's a TikTok NPC.
but I'm saying like this is a thing that was going
What's this
around a
chick
few
doing? Is
weeks
this it?
ago, maybe a month or two ago. That's might be one of them. That one's weird.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's not really ASMR. I guess it's not really. It's gonna take.
You say it was on TikTok? What was it on?
I mean, yeah, TikTok or Twitch probably.
This is
Here,
stupid.
I'll find it for you. You stop searching. Here it is.
You stop.
Here it is, right here.
Show me this shit.
Take your cash, take your kilo. Yes, yes, yes. Take your in. Oh, take it, Samantha. This is so cool. Take your cat in. Take your meals. Take it, I'm ready. Gang, gang. Oh, take it, baby. This is for you.
That's it.
Take it.
I don't like it. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
It looks stupid.
Well, she just repeats this some shit over and over and over again. And obviously, it's like it's an attractive girl.
Yeah, but she ain't. I mean, I don't. That's still not good. I don't know what's.
There's something, but there's something about, I guess, when you put in that, you type in and you do that emoji, she does the thing. People like watch. It's such a weird thing that you can't like look away from, I guess.
Like that one right there was making fun of GTA. I don't know. That whole thing's weird.
Here we go.
Yeah, strong woman. Yeah, strong
See, she,
woman.
watch.
Oh, yeah. Oh, take it, baby. You got me feel like a queen. Ice cream so good. Ice cream so
She just
good.
keeps doing it over and over again if you do the emoji thing.
Oh, take it, baby. This is so
And so she's just acting out each emoji as it comes in.
Wow, a lot of gift. Big gift.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
Yeah, strong.
I don't like it at all. I don't understand.
Well, that's
She's
what I'm
cute,
saying.
but it's really stupid.
But you seriously like
Yeah, I
stood
get
there
it.
and was like absorbed in it for like 15 seconds to where it was like, I don't know what the fuck is
I
happening.
don't either. I'm just confused by it.
And that's the viral nature of
Okay.
the weird
I
shit
get it.
like
Yeah,
this.
yeah, I get it.
And so it's
I
just.
mean, I watch one of my favorite channels on YouTube is Haircut Harry. I watch him get a haircut.
That's what I'm saying.
different parts of the
It's-
world.
It's
Like,
so
I
like
get
left
it.
field, and you're watching. You're trying to figure out like what is happening, what is
Yeah.
this, what is
I
going
don't
on,
know.
and so you just get like sucked into it. And I noticed that with my point, what I was getting across is that I now like there's copycats everywhere of
yeah.
this chick.
Okay.
It's like when somebody figures out some new novel thing and they like make a bunch of money off of it, then everybody comes out of the fucking woodworks to do the same damn thing and they beat it to death. And I just came across one today that was copying like her model, and it was just, I didn't know what the fuck she was saying. It was so weird.
Yeah, I just feel like everyone's just avoid. They should just put hashtag avoiding an 8 to 5.
Pretty much. That's
what
everyone
you're
is finding
avoiding.
new
You're
ways
avoiding
to
of 8
not
to
go to
5,
8.
and that's fine.
I
I mean, whatever, dude.
God bless them. I mean, we're doing
Hey,
a podcast right now.
You don't want to contribute to society. That's cool, man. Like, you know what I mean?
That's true. At least we're, I don't know. I guess you could say that's entertainment. I don't know. That's just too
I'm just spicy because she'll probably make 3 times what I did.
Oh, 100%. She made
So,
she made like $1
I'm not
million
mad.
or some shit
That's
like
good.
that.
Good for you, man.
Oh yeah. As soon as that came out, she blew up. She made like $1 million or whatever.
I want everybody to make it. I get it. Like, if someone was like, "Hey, what do you do?" and you show them like the corporate world, and then you show them like, or you could take your shirt off and bounce around a little bit. They're like, "Well, I'm going to go take my shirt off, bounce around a little bit, thanks."
Yeah.
If you can make this doing it, it's like that one chick said she didn't want to be a lawyer anymore. She's like, "Well, I make 4 times what I would have for less work."
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not mad at her.
Yeah. Go for it.
Do your thing.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it. In fact, depending on what you're doing, I think you're doing a service in some ways.
That's
Yeah?
true. That's
Right.
true.
But anyway,
I mean, other women bashing them, I'm like, it's funny as they're like, you women are blah, blah. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
the men are paying for it.
Right.
So she's not really hurting us in any way.
exactly.
Not that I've ever paid
just
for
mad-
that calendar you gave me.
You're just mad because nobody wants to pay to see you.
Yeah, usually it's ugly girls
Right,
that are mad.
she's the-
100%. Yeah. That's why the whole sexual harassment thing pisses me off. Like, I hate going to those courses for work and stuff.
Oh, I know.
I'm like, this only affects this is super like biased because I'm like, there's depending on the way you look, it's either flirting or you're a creep.
Yeah, 100%. Oh,
Like,
and
it
also
depends on
here-
what you look like.
Well, here's another thing. This is probably people are going to disagree with me on this. Probably,
okay.
But
Let me hear it.
here, listen. When I go to if you just picture a corporate environment, whenever a dude goes to work,
Yeah.
the only skin you see is his fucking head and his hands,
Yeah.
right? Because he's wearing a suit, right? And it's not a tight suit. Like he's fully clothed. He looks like a square.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when he goes to work. And you may find like, oh no, a guy in a suit he's attractive and he's handsome and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, okay, whatever. His cock's not out. Is what my point is, right? You're not seeing the dick root. He doesn't have like low
Sure.
right. But women, their corporate office clothes or whatever are skin tight, and there's usually some cleavage, some leg.
Sure. I'm sure in
You know what
some
I mean?
places there is. Yeah. I
Right?
think maybe.
Is that fair? Like, come on. And then if we happen to look, guys, don't go like make comments and make passes at women, but it's like the gym thing.
Yeah.
It's like you come in there with, basically a second skin for clothes, I'm gonna look.
Well, yeah.
Don't get butt hurt when I look.
Yeah, I mean, if I was going to run a class on the sexual harassment thing, I'd be like, I'm going to have a room of like 10 women and 10 dudes, and be like, here, I got two of the same situations, two different looking people, and you tell me which one would you find offensive. It'll be one really attractive dude, and it's like, hey, you look really nice today, and then it's the other guy's like, hey, you look really nice today.
Hey, I really like that sweater.
And then you would immediately be like, fuck you, and the other one would be like, all right, thanks.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it is what it is.
It is what it is. But irrespective of that, is what I'm saying is like the dress code for men and women is different, and therefore it has to be. You have to treat it differently
when you find that
when
office.
you engage them.
Let me know,
right? Because the thing is, like, listen, ladies, there is nothing stopping you from wearing a fucking suit, just like we got to.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Yes. But you don't want to wear that unflattering pantsuit. You don't. The reason why you wear that is because you do want to be looked at, but by the right guys.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, all men are the same in that regard. So you're going to get looks from the attractive dudes and the creeps.
I got told.
Just deal with it.
I got told 2 weeks ago that I look like a gym bro and I dress like an undercover cop at work.
Yeah. So, you come in with the fucking hat and Air Maxes with the fucking slacks. Yes, you 100% look like a Fed.
Well, then I'll just do like T's and J's.
Like you're infiltrating the office in order to catch Colton in entrapment.
As Crunk told some people that were observing that I'm like the strongest guy at Circuit City.
Right.
And
or the hottest girl at Subway.
I have someone else's dream job.
Yeah, you're like a hot girl at Subway. It's like, what the fuck are you doing
says here? Is the greatest stuff I've heard. It's the best. The stolen valor thing is the best.
Crunk has a lot of good lines because he spends his life on the internet. That's why
he does.
So
he doesn't. I tried to get him to play online with me this weekend.
No, I mean like in Reddit.
Oh yeah.
Like he's a creature of the internet.
We need to have him back on so we can just do self-deprecating humor and make fun of each other.
I know.
That's what we need to do.
Since I see you every week, at least once a week. That's after leaving the previous job. That's the only person I missed. Really, is Crunk.
Oh, I say it all the time. Yeah, I told Crunk that not 2 weeks ago. I was like, it was really fun.
Yeah, dude. I would love to. I do miss talking to him.
Yeah, he's still the same. Still falling apart. So.
Need to get him on the show some more, just so we can hang out.
I could do that. We'll do that. We'll do it next week before we go.
Okay. Word. Need to try to get your brother on too. I know that the lost episode.
He's a little flaky, man. He's busy. He's traveling for work a lot, and he comes in and he's kind of like he's like one of like hamster on a wheel. Like he doesn't really he comes into town, but he doesn't like stick around. Like he has to be like he's just set in his ways.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he does it on purpose. He doesn't know he's doing it, but he's busy. So, but he does love his new job, so I'll give him that. Plus, that new ride's pretty sweet he just got. So, but I've told him before, like he came into town a couple weeks ago and was like, "Hey, I'm not trying to avoid it. I'm like, it's fine, man. It'll be here. But really, stop ignoring us.
Yeah,
come on to the fucking show."
Yeah, I know, because we did have that. That was a long fucking episode that we did.
Yeah,
but
that was too long.
It was too long, and
4.5 hours.
And I think we had to have some audio. I don't know whatever happened to that episode.
It was too long.
First
off, and then like some of this, it was just too long.
I think that's what it was, and I also was like terrible at editing at the time, so it was just like I can post none of this or all of this.
Yeah, you're like, there's no in between. Sorry,
I can't cut this out.
Yeah, no, we'll have it. Well, that's two, and then I'm probably gonna have Gage back on in this next month or hopefully November.
Okay. What we're gonna have to do a post
Vegas trip
episode.
I'll be posting reels,
which I guess would be that Saturday.
Yeah, I'll be posting reels and videos and stuff from our trip.
So, you know, we'll have an episode next week. But then we're going to be in Vegas the following week that we normally record. So if we get off our asses and actually like do an episode, you may have an episode while we're in Vegas or we'll just maybe go on hiatus that week and then.
I'm going to do
post Vegas
live on Instagram.
Do that, but I'm talking about like
reels,
like a full episode.
Oh yeah, I don't know if we will or not. I don't.
I'll be honest. I don't want to pack all this shit up.
I don't want to because it's not video, so you won't even know where we are anyways.
Right.
So I could lie to you and tell you we're there now.
That's true.
So, but the reels and we might go live and do just a little stuff here and there for fun. So just to kind of for the week of I'll do multiple posts and then I may do a live and just put in front of us and let us chit chat with whoever's on and just catch up. And like, here's what we're doing. Here's what we got planned. I might just do that. I think that'd be fun. A little more interactive. So try some new stuff that week being out of town.
Word.
So.
All right. Well,
that's all I got, man.
we should probably end this.
I did waste several minutes of it because of work. So.
Well, yep. No one's going to know that because I'm going to cut it all out. So.
I like that. I'll take us out. Like, follow, share, subscribe. I do have still some merch on the way. So if you're a guest on the show or know anybody that wants to be a guest, that's primarily for now where I'll be giving it away. So if you come on, I'll have some certain swag and stuff here soon. I've got some more mock-ups coming. If you know anybody who's interested in sponsoring the show, with any kind of discount codes we can post to share. We're not asking for any kind of money or anything like that, but I'd like some.
First one's free.
First one's free. Yeah. So if you know somebody that wants to come on, we can do a plug for them. Also, if there's a certain project, we can put it on the show and actually get pictures of it with us on the show. So anything like that, I'm very interested in that. So I've got some other angles I'm trying to work too, that in case someone doesn't come forward. Also, too, if you want to come on the show or know anybody that's interested in being on the show to promote your own podcast or whatever, scratch our back, we'll scratch yours. That type of situation. Farrell's, their new podcast. Mm-hmm. I've been listening to it. It's good. That's a friend of mine. They do a good job. Might actually have her on soon to come on and talk about that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But yeah, that's it. So catch us next week, and then we'll be on the air in Vegas.
That's right. Wheels up.
People can finally be like, damn, I'm really tired of y'all talking about Vegas. I'm glad you're going finally.
Yeah, I know. And we're just going to walk around being a little tipsy and not do anything.
We'll do a little bit.
We'll do some more stuff.
We'll do something. Maybe we'll push you in randomly, get you a tattoo while you're there.
Oh, my shit. I mean, fuck it. Why not?
Fuck it, why not?
Exactly. I'll get one right on my neck so everybody can see it.
I'll be pissed if you
during
get
the
a
conference
tattoo and I don't have one. I'll be pissed.
Oh, someone would be cooler than you.
You'll be cooler than me. You'll be harder than me. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.